G'day, welcome to another episode on the channel. So today I've already started, but I just changed one rocket cover gasket on one side of my wagon, and I figured I'd just record the other side and get that done. Then after that, where the oil pressure cap is, the gasket's leaking, so I basically have a replacement part, and while I'm doing that I purchased another cap and drilled and tapped a sensor onto it. That's the angle that I did want it on. I wanted it a little bit more, but I'm not really complaining, so as long as it does the job. So after I've done the rocket cover gasket, I will be doing that. I may even get to putting in the water temp. I bought a SAS water temp thingy. That's the water temp that came with. It fits in there obviously, so I just put some gasket sealer, threaded it and let it dry, and then same with the other one, I did the same. So I'm pretty much doing that one, the rocket cover gasket, then I'll do the rest and go from there, and then hopefully wire it all up to my gauge, which I'll show you that as I'm going. So yeah. Okay, so with this gasket, normally you can tell they're pretty shot when they're very flat and just, they look very, worn out. I'm just going to peel that away, chop that out, just give it a little wipe around the edges, just to get any debris that's kind of just hovering there on those inner bits. Let's get all that out of the way. Now you'll find that some of these gaskets I just found when I was doing this one. So just give it a quick wipe again. Was good. You'll find sometimes that when you go to put them on, they might not fit on nicely. There'll be a bit, what's the word, where you can see that, like, as it goes around, see how it's quite short here? You try and pull it on, even with both hands there, the other end goes. So what I find is you just give it a little stretch. Won't hurt it, just don't overstretch it. You'll find it'll shrink back down anyway. So basically just giving it. Problem is too though, what I found is if you stretch it too much, when you go to flip it upside down it'll just fall. So you got to kind of time it right, where it doesn't fall, but it's tight enough to clear it. So just like a little handy tip there for you. If you find yourself doing this, it becomes too much. So you see, like, it's still a little bit on that edge there, so probably should stretch it a little bit more. But as you can see, it's not as bad now for putting it on, but stretching it, yeah, like I said, don't do it too much. but just enough to make it easy enough to put it on. Once it's on, then yeah, when you go to put it in, you also got to make sure it's on the right way too. Fuck. It can be pretty painful in there. Okay, so clearly I'm not stretching it enough to just, well, that might be alright. No, I'll just take that bloody Alright, now you see it sits nicely. Okay, it's all beautifully going to fit, and it will shrink, so you don't want to mess around when it comes to doing it. Okay, that is the rocket cover gaskets done. As you can see, I had to pull it off a couple times because the rocket cover gasket was slipping. Painful, absolutely painful. But I know some people would think, oh yeah, just use some silicone. I agree, but at the same time, well, I think, yeah, maybe I could have. Just in a couple of spots there just to hold it, but if it was going to slip off, it was going to slip off. Then the worst part is, you know, when it goes to replacing, or comes to replacing, sorry, it's just one of those things where you have to clean it, otherwise it'll just go to shit. So, yeah, did that. Good enough.